Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my lovely friend Cam's makeup. I'm actually starting off with her brows, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the these are so cute, these little LA Girl SHADYSLIM brow pencils. I took two different shades. I took the shade Brunette as well as the shade Black, and just went ahead and outlined the brow and then filled it in just a little bit in the sparse areas. Cam's brows are pretty nice as far as the fluffiness and as far as the length. So it wasn't really a whole lot I had to do on this. But I will go ahead and clean up the brows by using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I used the shade Toffee on her. So it is a little bit lighter, but not too light. But I went ahead and took a little tiny Real Techniques brush to go ahead and blend all of that out. I am gonna go ahead and hit the tops of them as well, but just on the tail. So no need to actually outline the entire brow on the top. I mean, her structure for brows were just awesome. So all I did was just kind of clean up the tail just a tad, but other than that, that was pretty much it. Just finger blended that out because once we actually put on her, her base and everything else like that, it wasn't gonna show anyway. Alrighty, so once that is done, I'm actually gonna go ahead and set her brows, and I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Gel in the shade Brown Ebony, and just go ahead and set those into place. And this is waterproof, so it's awesome. It will last the entire night of dancing and having a great time. So I actually went ahead and did her shadow, and I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. Somehow, some way, I was not recording, so I don't know what I did, why I did not press it. Anyway, I took a few shades out of that palette. I took the shade Saturn and Lure and placed that in her crease. And then that beautiful green color that she has on her lids is the shade Throne. Now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is the orange corrector. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this and blend this out onto areas that she had a little bit of darkness and a little bit of like acne scarring. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, her face and complexion is just awesome. Melanin, as usual, is poppin'. So once I go ahead and blend that out, I'm gonna go underneath the eyes and actually start concealing. And I did take two concealers because I really wanted to be on the safe side. I took the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This one's the full coverage concealer. And I used this in the shade C17, and this one's like a perfect match for her skin. So I wanted to lighten it up, and I took the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Cafe, and I just went ahead and placed that over top, as you can see, and just went ahead and blended this out underneath the eyes just to make sure that I wasn't going in too light, but also I just really wanted to highlight the area and wanted to make sure that it was not too dark as well. So I just mixed the two shades together. Once everything looked pretty good to me, I went ahead and went back in with that Maybelline concealer in the shade Cafe, and I went ahead and placed some down the bridge of her nose. I did also do some additional under the eye because I figured it could be just a tad bit brighter. I placed some on the forehead as well, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out as well. So for her base or face, she didn't necessarily need an entire foundation, so I went ahead in with that Makeup Revolution concealer, that full coverage concealer in the same shade C17. And I placed that all over her face as well. And I gotta be careful because I forgot about her nose ring. Oh my goodness, woo! When she cringed, I felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, the nose ring. She just got it a day prior, so I was like, oh my bad. So once I finish blending that out on the nose, I'm gonna let that concealer sit for a little bit, but I am gonna go ahead with the C17, and we're gonna cover up where we like concealed or corrected in those areas. And this legit was a perfect match for her, so I'm so glad I had the shade. It was such a great match for her skin tone, so I'm really happy that it went very well. It wasn't like too light, and it wasn't too dark, and it wasn't too warm, wasn't too cool. It was just the perfect shade. So I did go ahead and just kind of cream contour down that nose, but I definitely took my time. It was just very, you know, I just wanted to be very soft with it. I didn't want to be too heavy-handed. But I'm going ahead and blending everything in, as you can see, and that concealer was an awesome match for her skin tone and looked wonderful. It looked really, really nice on her skin. So once all that is blended out, I'm going to go ahead and finish blending out the eyes as well. I did want to give them a little bit of a lift and really make it look like we had naps before we went out to mom prom. So yeah, she looked really, really good here. Once I go ahead and blend everything out, I'm gonna go ahead and set the areas, especially under her eyes. So I went in with the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. This one was in the shade Terracotta. I didn't want to go in with a banana powder or anything else like that. The Terracotta shade is a little bit darker and really set the under eye beautifully. And I think this was the best shade for her skin tone and really, really brought the pop out. You know, brightened up that area, but not too bright. I didn't want it to look clownish. So once I set that area, I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of the face. So I took that same powder, the Terracotta color, as well as a little bit of my Cover FX Translucent Deep setting powder, and I just kind of mixed the two and set the rest of the face. So on the forehead, on the cheeks, on the nose, all that good stuff, I just went ahead and set that area. And we're gonna go ahead and give her a little bit of a spritz as well because I don't want it to look too ashy. But once that had a little bit of time to set, I just went ahead and swiped all of that under eye bakage away. Now to kind of contour, I went through on the nose, and again, I was just very careful with this. I went in with the Pure Sculptor palette. We got this in our BoxyCharm, like, I want to say a little while ago. But the shades are so deep and so dark. I thought it was perfect for contouring as well as kind of bronzing up the skin. So I took the lighter shade, which is the shade Inventor, and used that on her as far as her nose. And then the other two both together, mixed them for her actual bronzer. As far as her blush, I went in with that Pure Midnight Masquerade face palette, and I used that really dark plum shade. It's in the shade Reveal. And I used that as her blush, and that turned out really, really nice. So as you can see, I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze / contour up the cheekbone area and really bring that out because she has such a beautiful, nice face, and I really wanted to bring those to attention. You'll see them when she smiles. When she smiles, her cheekbones come up real high, and it's really pretty. This really added a really nice color to the face. Spraying her face with a little bit of Milani Make It Last setting spray. She could not handle it. It was so funny. I went back in with that Anastasia palette, and I used the shade Saturn and a little bit of the shade Parallel, which is a darker brown, to go ahead and set or place underneath the eye to kind of smoke it out a bit. And then I went in with this pretty color called SPHINX, which is in the same palette, and just added that to like legit the inner third or like the inner corner of the eye, just to give a little bit of a pop. Her dress is a rose gold shade, so I did want to kind of give her a little bit of a bronze right there to the eye as well, to really accentuate that pretty green. All right, once that's on, I went ahead and took my Tarte's lash paint, or Tarte's lash paint, and went ahead and did top lashes. And then I went ahead and added on her lashes. So the lashes that I use are from eBay. They were just beautiful. They were full, just like I like them. They weren't too over dramatic, but they were very wispy. So wispy and long so that everyone can see it, and it went really well with the eye look altogether. I'll have them linked down in the description box for you guys. Alrighty, so I went ahead and did bottom lash mascara, and then I took my Juvia's Place loose highlighter in the shade Nubia and went ahead and added that to the face. So the cheekbones, a little bit on the temples, definitely down the bridge of the nose, and of course the Cupid's bow a little bit here. And now I'm going in with lips. We're almost done. I went in with Dirty Little Secrets matte liquid lipstick in the shade Cocoa and outlined everything. And then I just finger blended in the, what was that pretty shade? The CoverGirl Melting Pout Gel Liquid Lipstick in the shade 105 Gelful. So this was Cam's finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video for today. If you liked it, give me a big thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe before you leave my channel. I love you guys so much. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.